we hear like a door like completely smash. Like there's no wind or anything. We just hear like a door just smash. We hear like people. It's like people like screaming and shouting, like they're screaming, and it just. I don't know about you, but it felt like I was going to get murdered.
Natural.
Yeah, I'd definitely say I would. You know, I've had a few incidences with ghosts and creepy stuff down the years.
Fair enough, to be honest. I would say like I'm kind of like cautious. Like sometimes I think there's something there, maybe not. But yeah. Hey guys, welcome to a brand new podcast. My name is Hayden. Co-hosting with me is Jacob.
Yo.
And today we'll be talking about some creepy experiences that we've had. Maybe you've had some too. But hopefully this is kind of a creepy podcast, so maybe not listen at night because you might get scared. I don't know. Maybe you can handle it. But like, to be fair, when I'm watching that horror movie, I like to watch it in like the morning. So I have like the whole day to like recover from it. I don't know if you're like that. Do you watch horror movies?
Like, yeah. Sometimes, yeah, it's like, I'd watch it, if I was going to watch it at night, I'd have all the lights on, you know, so it feels like it's less creepy. But if I watch it in the day, I'll get it, and like, throughout the day, I can get it out my system,
Yeah.
you know?
It's a bit like getting drunk. You want to like...
Oh.
I don't like being drunk and then like going to sleep because I'm scared I'll throw up in my sleep.
Oh, God, nah. It's all right. Like, you know, at least you have fun.
Yeah, well, same with horror movies. So, would you say you've had any creepy experiences?
Yeah, I could say I've had a few. Some, when you think about like creepy experiences, you just feel it's weird. Like when it's experiencing, you get like your nerves start to get to you, and then like you picture it in your mind, don't you?
Yeah, I get what you mean. The weird thing, though, is like, you know, when you're watching a horror movie, you can see like, you've seen The Women in Black. Pretty much every kid has seen it, especially from year 8.
Yeah. Like when I first watched that in English, I didn't find it scary. Like,
Nah, Women in Black, for me, that was the most scariest movie I've seen.
Really?
Yeah, I found it scary.
I've seen. You know what? I've seen Annabelle 3/4 of the way through, and I didn't find it scary. For a few years ago, I watched it, and I did not find it
Nah,
scary.
Annabelle's not scary at all.
And then
I don't get why like people say, you know, Hereditary. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, people say it's like the most scariest thing. I saw it. I got bored halfway through.
I've seen the new Saw. Like, I watched that at indoor.
Jigsaw.
Is it Jigsaw or is it Saw?
No, I think it's
a brand
Jigsaw.
new one.
Yeah.
But it's. I didn't find that scary because I watched it in a drive-in cinema with two of my mates, and we went there, and because it was at Halloween, they had like people dressed up as ghosts, and they were proper professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll come up to you, like they'll be going up to your car window, bashing on your car, taking stuff out your car.
I'm actually seriously overprotective about your car.
Oh no, I got a story here for you. It's so there's this young lad. He was driving a red Mini, and I felt really sorry for the bloke. And he had a girl, so it must have been like a date or something. And he had the typical thing. He had a like blanket in the boot of his car, and they were like just picking up your windshield wipers and like putting them up, you know. And then they would just keep doing it to this guy, and he was getting really, really annoyed. Like you could tell he wanted to like hit him or something like that. But like I'm pretty sure once they like got him out the car, like literally just picked him up, unbuckled him, and
the actors,
the actors, they like picked him up.
Oh my god!
And then they just kept taking his blanket and stuff. And the best thing about it is we parked next to him, like, and they were still doing it to him during the film, like, and he had he did the typical thing when like you got your girl like open up the boot and like
Oh
you'd be
yeah.
laying down, put the back seats back, and you'd be laying down with like your girl, and they just kept bullying him. And then he complained to the people that he didn't want it to happen because I think it was might have been ruining his little night with his girl, you know.
To be fair, I'd love to be that actor. Just annoy people all night as a job and get paid for it.
Oh, it's funny. So when we parked up, there's one of the actors like went a little bit unprofessional and was like we were having a little chat with him.
Oh yeah.
Like I offered him food and he's like, I can't eat food. I'm a ghost. I can't eat it. What is it? And one of them calls my mate Billie Eilish.
Oh yeah.
Oh my, it's quality down there. You know, they set the scene as well, like to make it like if it's a scary film, the sound effects they have, like you get like a little, I say little, you get like a medium sized speaker.
Oh, is that what
They
you
put it
do
in
to
there.
put in the car so like you can hear it?
Yeah, so yeah, you
I've
hear it.
I've always wondered that. Like, how would it work? Like big speakers, or is it
Yeah,
like small speakers in the
yeah.
car?
So well, we were given a speaker and we just put it in the car and like if you have issues, just like put your hazards on, like, and then they'll come and fix it.
Oh yeah.
But the one problem we had with it, 'cause there's another film going on as well, like another horror film in the back.
Oh yeah.
Well, I say in the back, but behind us, and we were getting their like lines instead of ours, and we were like, "What the hell's going on?" Like, and then like you put your hazards on, and then like the ghost will come up, and they'll be like, "Oh, what are you doing? You broke it," and then. And like one of them, like we gave him the speaker and they dropped it like, oh yeah, I can't pick it up. I'm a ghost,
I mean,
and it's
respect for the
quality. And then
commitment to the role.
yeah, and then so what they did to make it spooky was had like, as I said, they had like people coming up even during the film, like doing your windshield wipers, like banging on the door, like they literally not gonna lie, like, one of them like they proper banged on a little Fiat 500, you know. And then they had like sound effects. They had they got like fireworks going off as well,
Oh yeah.
and like fire, and like you see fire, and they got like little fire stands like going off and on.
Yeah, not gonna lie. If
And
I'm
it's
gonna
just
go to one of
quality.
those places, I'll probably bring my mate's car. So yeah,
Yeah,
what would you
don't
say?
take your own car.
What would you say would be like one of your scary experiences?
I've got a few. So during this NCS, so we all
Oh
know
yeah.
what NCS is, so National Citizen Services. So one night I'm speaking to someone, right, and then they're in a different little tent. We're just chatting on the phone, getting to know each other, right, this, that, and the other. And all of a sudden, we've heard this really, really weird sound. God knows what it was, but if we had it on record, you would question your life.
We were in the tent next
And
to you, I think. Weren't?
yeah, you were.
Because I
So
remember you talking about that, telling me like in the morning what happened.
yeah, so basically, we're just chatting, and everyone was asleep, and like before everyone was asleep, everyone was like, "Oh yeah," chatting up on the phone, like flushing. Someone even went like took a pee in a Pringles can,
Oh,
you
I
know?
remember hearing about that. That is
Yeah.
disgusting.
And then I'm like, what is going on? So this kept me up. And then like the person who I'm trying to get to know, like we're messaging for a night, and and they told me they were the only person up, and they were just sitting by their door, so they got a bit of signal, like because we're out in the open, we've got no internet,
Oh, signals
you
was
know.
terrible. I remember that.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? And then like I'm the only one awake in my tent. I don't know about you, but I was the only one awake, and we heard this sound, and you could not describe what it was. It was just like I literally when I heard it, I completely crapped myself. I kid you not. I don't know if it was an animal or a person, ghost people, like even a cult, like,
I
and
highly
then
doubt
like
it
I
was
got
a
this.
cult.
I got this person like message me and like, Jacob, Jacob, what was that? Jacob, I'm really scared. Come over to me. I'm like, you're gonna be all right. It's nothing bad. But at the time, I was like, oh, it's just like some wild animal. But when like in the morning, they come up to me like, I'm really scared. Like, I don't want to be here. And
That
I
was
was
a
like,
similar thing that happened when I
is it?
was in year 4. We went to this place called Hook Court for like a Tudor sort of
Oh
thing.
yeah.
The trip sucked for me because I was ill throughout the whole thing. I threw up after breakfast and that was me just gone. I couldn't do anything. I was shivering. But there was one moment I remember like going out for a walk in the evening and just seeing these two lights and everyone thought they were eyes. Everyone was petrified. It
Oh,
was like,
you overthink it though when you're like year 4, don't
yeah.
you?
How old are you in
What
year
you
4?
don't.
Like you're 9, aren't you?
So,
Yeah,
so
it's 9. It's 9 because of
year 6 is 10 to 11, I think, because
yeah,
year 7's 10 to 12. Yeah, so it'd
yeah,
be
because like
about
year
9.
3 is 8 and
Yeah,
year 4 is 9. But yeah, like,
but when you're at that age, you overthink stuff, don't you? You think,
yeah,
oh my
definitely.
god, like you're being out in the street and you just see some person like they're just like smile at you and they'd be like super friendly and you're like, they're gonna kidnap me, mummy, like, and you grab onto your parents or something like that, don't you?
I like definitely like out in like the big city like London. I remember just always holding my
Oh
dad's hand when
no.
I was young. But like,
I would never leave my parents' side if I went. Like when me and my dad went to the football when I was younger. So like we'll like go to an away game in London because they're the games we able to go to. And I
yeah,
was like, Dad, when you gone? And he'll be like gone to the toilet. I'm like, where the hell was my dad? And I'm like, well, where have you been? I'll be looking for you. Like, and I'll be like little old me, like
I remember
stuck in like
those.
some massive.
Do you remember like those scary experiences when you're in the supermarket when you're really young, and your parents have gone to a different
Oh
aisle?
no. I've actually had when I was proper young. I think I might have been, I don't know why I remember this. It's like one of these memories. You think, yeah, why did it happen? And I so I always used to hold on to the trolley when I was a kid,
Oh
so
yeah,
I wouldn't lose my mum and dad. Right, so I'm in Asda with my mum. We're out walking about. She go, so we both go to go get something, and then we put the stuff back, and I hold onto the trolley and I've been with this some other woman for like the past 10 minutes, and it wasn't even my mum.
what seriously?
I'm like, yeah, and then I just turn around and go, "You're not my mummy," and I start crying. I literally start crying in the middle of Asda. Like, where's my mummy,
You
mummy?
know, fair
And
enough to be
like,
honest.
but the woman was so kind. She like took me to like what's it, customer service.
Yeah,
And
that's where
like
you
when
gotta
you
go.
hear and then when you hear like when you're out and about, you hear like, can so and so come to customer service, please? And you just hear, can Mrs. Bannister come to self checkout, please? Thank you. And like they give you like a little, they give you like a little treat. They gave me a sweet, and like
You know, if I
I
knew
was
that,
it might
I'll get lost in the supermarket every time.
I might do it now at our age, 18 years of age,
18 years. Oh, that would
I
be
lost
so
my
funny.
girlfriend. Where is she?
What would you say would be like? I remember the only thing is I remember like doing this ghost tour, and I was asking the guy like, "Do you fear the dead?" And he was like, "What do you think? Would you fear the dead more than the living?" Like, that's
Oh
saying
God, that's something to question about.
because
You
like
know?
my view is like the dead is kind of like limitless. Like they just like this podcast, but
No.
no, but like
Oh
they
God.
can't get in trouble with the law, the dead, but like the living can. But then like there's more cases of the living called like creepy experiences. Because I remember watching this YouTuber, Mr. Nightmare, when I was younger, and he'd do like all these
Yeah.
creepy stories, which were apparently true until they got a bit too extreme. Because literally all you had to do was like write to him about your story. Anyone could make it up, but he was talking about like these people's stories about like when they were like at home on a sleepover and they're doing like
Yeah.
prank calls and they called up like the wrong guy, and then he started like harassing them, keep on calling them, and then he called them up and was like, I'm at your back door.
Oh no. Nah, that is.
This is like in
That is.
America as well, so like there's a lot of
See, I
nutters.
think what I find so I believe that like there's supernatural things out there, but one thing I've never got understood: why does it always happen in America?
I mean,
Hmm?
to be fair, like there are some cases in Britain, like
Yeah, I know, but the ones you hear about, like, don't get me wrong, this is my opinion. I believe in aliens.
to be
Like,
fair,
I
I
don't know
believe in
about you.
aliens. Like it's kind of naive to say that
Like,
like out of like the universe, you're the only living things on.
yeah, like it doesn't even have to be like something like us. It can be like a little plant or something, because that's life,
Yeah,
isn't it?
technically it is,
Like,
or like a beetle.
but what I've never understood. Do you know the film Paul? Right?
Paul. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Paul. You never seen like you've seen Paul, like two British lads. They go to America. They're like aliens. They go and see all like where the so-called alien um spottings have been, and like you don't realize they're the actual spots where people have actually said, "Yep, an alien's been there." Oh yeah, an alien's been there too. I spotted an alien. Right. What I've never understood is why has it always been in America, like the main big
Oh
ones?
no, there was one actually. This is big, but like a lot of people don't really know much about it. It was
Yeah.
in 1971 in Stonehenge. A bunch of hippies were having like a party in Stonehenge before it was like blocked off and that. They were actually in the area, and then like I think it was like 2 a.m. in the morning. There was like this massive bolt of lightning, and they heard like screamings from the hippies. And then when they went there, they're all gone like without a trace.
Jesus
Like they
Christ.
left all their stuff, and a lot of people think it was like an alien abduction.
Yeah.
Like
Like I've seen on Netflix. Is it like the Civil Hotel? I've seen the trailer for that. I don't know
oh,
if
the
you've seen that. Yeah,
Cecil
that's it.
Hotel.
Yeah, I saw the trailer on Netflix. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw. I'm on like episode 2, season 1,
Yeah.
episode 2. It's only one season, but like that like last case where she's like in the elevator.
Yeah, because I saw the trailer for it, and like you just see some woman in a lift, and it's the way the trailer talks to you, it makes it even more scary. I don't because I haven't seen the episode. I need to watch it, but
Yeah, basically, for those who don't know, the Cecil Hotel is a hotel in California, downtown LA. It's located on Skid Row, which is like one of like the worst areas. Basically, like anyone who goes there is usually like for the people who are like homeless. Like I was looking on Google Earth, and it's just like homeless community, proper run down. But this hotel is literally famous for like the deaths, like the murders, like awful stuff has happened, and a lot of people go there and they like commit suicide, like jumping off the building. And there was one case where I was looking on Wikipedia, and it was covered down as a suicide, but it was this Canadian student. She was doing a tour around the west coast,
yeah,
and during her stay at the Cecil Hotel, she started acting like really weird on the elevator, as if she was like trying to hide from someone. Then she stepped out and then started doing these weird like things with her hands, and then that was literally she walked off, and that was literally the last time someone saw her on like CCTV. And I think it was like a couple of weeks later, there was a whole investigation meanwhile, and no one could find her until there was reports of the water pressure at the hotel being like really low, and some people even said the water tasted funny, and they went to the oil no, not oil, the water tanks.
water tank.
Yeah, not oil tank, the water tank.
Jeez,
And she was found
not Saudi
naked.
Arabia.
No, she was found naked like in the water tank.
Oh God.
um People don't know whether or not it was a murder, but it looked proper
But
supernatural.
imagine that happening, and just working there. Like, imagine the workers, you know.
Workers there are used to like deaths, like pretty much in the job description.
Yeah, no, but imagine like your first day at the hotel. Like, yep, I'm gonna make some of my life. I'm gonna work my way up of this hotel. You
Yeah, you
know,
do not want to do that.
first day. Oh well,
Someone
someone's gone
died.
missing.
But it happens.
But we should.
It happened a lot. It's like one of the
Yeah,
worst areas.
yeah. I've seen like on the trailer. Like you look at the like the video of like of the hotel itself, and you could tell. Yep, that's definitely like in a rundown area of would you say it was LA?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
like
thing is, it's quite close, like the city centre. I don't get LA. Like, it's like the city centre, but it's so close. Like,
yeah.
you'd think it'd be like quite a nice area, but it's not.
It's like London, really. Like there's some really nice parts,
Yeah,
but
and
and
then
then
there's
there's
like,
just like North London. I would say. Well, I've been in London. I'd say North London's probably the worst place I've ever seen.
I've actually never
Like
been to North London. Like,
not yeah, it's it's like it's I don't know how to describe it. It's like there's a lot. Well, London. Well, like major cities like London, you're gonna have like the run down places, aren't you?
yeah. The thing
Like
is, everyone thinks
you have
London.
nice places.
Everyone outside of like Britain thinks like London's like that really posh area, but it's honestly not. Only like
Oh,
small sections.
you just get like the chavvy people, you know. Ooh, yeah,
Yeah, it's
like you know.
it's
If
kind of
we went,
scary.
if you ask an American,
America's, to be fair, America's
like
bad. Like,
yeah,
if you
you
look at
know,
like some of the places, I think it's a city thing everywhere around the world. It's just like UK, America, like everywhere. You know, Europe.
one. If you ask an American and you go name a place in Britain, they will say London straight away. If you say name a place in Scotland, you go uh they won't. I guarantee you, they won't know a place. I reckon if you say, name a place other than London in Britain, uh,
I mean, to be
they won't
fair,
know it.
I
They
feel
won't
like
know it. Maybe
the main cities in like are like London. I would say like Liverpool, Manchester, maybe
uh,
Birmingham as well. Birmingham,
so the
they're like the
main places
well-known
in
ones around the world.
main places in Britain. So Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and England. It'll just be London for me. Like it'll be London and Edinburgh and Scotland. You know, if you
Yeah.
watch Gavin and Stacey, maybe Barry in Wales, but
Oh, Gavin
Northern
and
Ireland,
Stacey.
Belfast.
That was a good TV
Go
series.
watch, go watch Gavin and Stacey if you've never seen it. I tell you that now. Go watch it because it will change your life.
What do you mean by change your
But
life?
change your life. It changed my life. Like you know, you can like if you think about it, English bloke from where
You're
is he?
just gonna
Essex.
marry a Welsh person now.
There you go.
Hmm.
You gotta love the Welsh.
To be fair, I remember going to Wales, and it's always known for being like shit weather. And then
See
the
Wales.
week we went, it was just like the weather was amazing, and I even remember getting sunburn there. And none of us had brought like summer stuff because we all thought it was gonna be like raining
See
every day.
with the situation we were in, like COVID, I searched like nice holiday places in the UK, and the majority what actually did come up was in Wales.
What nice places
Yeah,
we?
nice places. There's like places in Wales, like
No, Wales is like a nice place. I would
yeah.
recommend
A
it.
a lot of people will put down Wales for like the stereotypical stuff, you know, like. But I've looked at the pictures and like you think it's just wonderful, like the views. It's like the Peak District. If you've never been to the Peak
Oh, that's a
District,
good place.
like the views in it, like if you ever gone up north in England, like even if you're going through on the M1 or something or motorway, you'd be in like massive crevices, you know, and you have a hill to your side of you. You have a massive hill, and all of a sudden you'll just see like houses and like fields, and you're like you see the view, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's nice. So like, let's try and get back to like the creepy experience. We've gone all the way from like Cecil Hotel to Wales.
What are the odds?
It's
Where'd
so
you rather
easy.
go?
I mean,
Wales.
yeah. To be fair, I'd rather go Wales than Cecil Hotel, unless I was doing a
Mm.
documentary about it. I'd always do a documentary. But I remember like, what about Essex? Because I remember going to a nuclear bunker in Essex. It was like it's called Kelvedon Hatch,
Yeah.
and I managed to. I was able to stay the night there because they opened it up to groups. And the thing is, it was claimed to be one of like the most haunted places in the UK because of Most Haunted went there and did a TV show about it, TV episode about it, and they throughout the night they were just surrounded by ghosts, everything. I spent the night there. Nothing happened. Nothing.
Oh, they're scared of you. Ghosts won't come out. Scared of Mr. Hayden.
Maybe they are. The only thing I don't get why it be considered haunted because it was during the Cold War, and it's a place where the government high officials would go. And
All right. So,
the Cold War, like there was no
did you ever do
bombs dropped.
history?
No one died there. No, I didn't do history.
All right. So, you know, all right, do you know what the brief history about the Cold War is?
UK, America, and it's mostly around America and Russia.
So, when I was doing history, I got told Cold War is mainly between the Soviets and the US. Like, it's an
Yeah.
arms race. It's not.
It was literally just like who can have the most
So-
nuclear weapons.
Yeah, pretty much. But and with Britain, they just want it to be safe. You know what Britain is like. Yeah, if someone else is doing it, we got to do it better than them. You know.
But we're just a
but-
tiny island.
Yeah, but we got to defend ourselves. But with the UK was like I've heard like there's I've read things like during the Cold War like there's hidden bunkers. We all know there's hidden bunkers like the Churchill bunkers
Yeah, there's bunkers
below
everywhere.
London. Yeah,
Oh, I
like-
saw something like there was like these bunkers where like the government would now go in case of a nuclear war.
yeah. There's
Under Whitehall.
one. Yeah, that's the one. There's also one. Oh, so if there's ever a like nuclear bunker, oh sorry, no nuclear bunker, sorry nuclear war. You know, if there's ever a bomb been dropped, there's this place in I think it's just in the south of England somewhere, and it can hold up to 100 odd people. So it's only in like a little town, and like there's like rumors like what people have been saying. They're like there's people like trying to get in there, and like they've never been seen again. Like they've
That's
just
creepy.
disappeared.
People spend a lot of money to like,
And
get
this-
nuclear bunkers.
Yeah.
I remember
Like,
you know
there's
when
just-
Trump got elected,
Yeah,
people who had people started buying apartments in nuclear bunkers.
yeah, I remember that. Jesus Christ, what
They were
what the
so
world's
dumb,
come
though.
to. Yeah, but let's be real. You go into like an abandoned place, it gives you a weird nerve, doesn't it?
Oh, abandoned
You know,
place. I remember going to that in World War II bunker.
Yeah, I've been to one.
I remember going to one. It was on like it used to be like an estate thing, where the mansion thing was, but it's been knocked down. But the nuclear bunker was blocked off for years, and then they reopened it. Kind of
Yeah,
got knocked down.
I
the
I
door.
remember. I haven't experienced it, but I was watching this documentary about
Yeah.
Hitler, and it's like saying about how like it's called Hunting Hitler. It's on Quest in England or Britain, and it's like you got these Americans, and they try and track how Hitler might have got out the country, and like they back it up. It's proper.
Yeah, well,
It's
a lot
really
of
good.
Nazis did go to Argentina, didn't they?
Yeah, so there's this place in Argentina where it was like some places in Argentina did support Hitler and his ways, but like so Hitler had this bunker made, and I'm reading like this thing, and you think when the Russians like Stalin ordered it to be just completely destroyed, didn't he?
That's basically Stalin, bro.
And yeah, and like when you think about it nowadays, is like what it could have been. It's concrete, it's proper. If you like the way it was like built, like it's bunker, and it's still. I think some part of it's still around now, and it's a car park in Germany. Like there's flats, like, and then like there's like you think about it. If you go down there now, it's it will give you like a weird nerve and tingling like in
Yeah,
your whole body. Like I'm stood where Hitler's walked through, and it's
I
just
remember
weird. And
watching this
in this,
documentary about this not he was like this old man living in America, and he was accused of being like a Nazi SS officer
oh
during the
yeah, yeah,
concentration
yeah. I
camps,
remember this. He's like
and
90 odd, isn't he?
he was tried, but he was tried in Israel,
Yeah,
and he was basically told like if he gets found guilty of it, he's going to be sentenced to death. And there was like a whole court case because apparently like some people believe he's innocent, some people believe he's not. He was found innocent and he was able to go home. But
yeah,
imagine like the sheer terror that would be, like being accused of something
yeah.
that you potentially haven't done and knowing you could die.
But it's it depends if you're in a country and you're sent like you're being prosecuted for something and you haven't done it, you better hope that country's like legal system isn't corrupt.
Well, I don't know
Like,
what Israel's legal system is like, so
yeah,
it was
it's
quite a while back.
yeah, but in a where is it? There are parts in this world where a lot of people have been sentenced. There's this I don't know, but when I was in high school, I did this in religious. We it was we were told about this these two guys in America in the 50s or 60s, I think it was.
Yeah,
There's this boy, black boy, and he was the most friendliest person in the world. Apparently, this kid,
yeah,
he's 15 or 16. He worked at some chemist in America, and he was working, and it was owned by a white man and his wife, and the the boy is like being really friendly with the wife, and the person who owned like the bloke who owned it, and he got his friend, and they basically threw acid in the poor boy's face, and literally brutally murdered him.
that is
And
fucked.
there was a trial all about it, and so you had the kid's family prosecuting these
Was
these two
justice
white
served?
males. No,
Uh,
no, it was
that's terrible.
all it was
When was
it
it
was
again?
all 50s and 60s in America, so it's not going to go well. So the
Yeah,
judge he
America.
was the judge was a white man,
Oh
and the
yeah,
jury, and I believe the jury was all white, and these two guys were found not guilty, and a few months later, when in like one of the guys was interviewed, and the case had been like finished, and they said, "Yeah, we did it." They literally owned up to it and like, "Yeah, we did this," and they were never sent to prison.
oh
And
it's disgusting.
and
Honestly,
this poor woman has had her son taken away from her. And do you know how at a funeral you can have an open or closed casket?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the woman decided to have an open casket of her son, 15 or 16 years of age, open casket, and he's still got all of his injuries to his
Oh
face.
shit. Oh, did you hear?
And then,
Oh yeah, go on.
nah, and it's like, it just shows what what can happen,
Did you hear about that
you know?
case though? Um, like his toddler died, and then on his funeral, he woke up and was literally like,
What? Now
yeah,
that is spooky.
yeah. He basically he woke up and I think he was like, "Mummy," and then died straight back. Straight after he, I think he
Where
was just
is
like,
this?
oh, I can't remember now.
Well, what the hell?
I'll try and find
Just,
it.
but could you imagine though, like you're burying like your child, and then all of a sudden they're awake. Mummy, where am I? You know,
it
it's like it's just weird. Like
oh,
with World War
in the Philippines.
Philippines. Wow.
Yeah, toddler woke up and then there's actually videos of it.
Like I'm gonna have a search of this later. Like that is now that is what you call weird. Like we
I
all
think
know
it.
this.
I think there is like a biological like explanation for it.
Yeah,
But honestly, like to be like that person like in the funeral to see that, that must have been
but
like,
I know this world. It's the world just full of surprises, isn't it? Like
yeah,
you
like
never know what's like round the corner. One minute you could be on a sunbed in Ibiza. The second you could be, being carried up into heaven by angels. Like
yeah, or you could be like in Stonehenge having a party and then get abducted by
disappear.
aliens.
Yeah, you
To
never
be
know.
honest,
Like
I think that could be a
people,
possibility.
you never know. Like your neighbor could be a bloody alien from bloody planet. I don't know. You never know. Like like you could have spoken to someone who's like actually an angel, like disguised as a human
Do you
or
think
like
like
a
aliens would
demon.
be in like Area 51? I don't know.
Um.
I don't know about that because do you remember the Let's Raid Area 51 movement?
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember. I started when that was going on. I said about storming the FA headquarters because a football team got liquidated, which means like they've been dissolved because like
Hmm.
financial problems. And I was like to the football community, there's no justice in football. Let's go storm. If they can storm Area 51, we can storm the FA headquarters
Yeah,
and
that's
EFL
probably not a good
headquarters.
idea.
Yeah, but I had a few messages of people like, yeah, let's do it. But
Nah.
Area 50 with Area 51, you look at films and like you see on YouTube, there'll be people who go up there and like there'll be like vans and like people dressed in suits, and then there'll be like rumors coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, it's fake. They're just their mates. They're just in like some little desert type thing, you know."
Yeah, I can't see like I can't see people. No one actually did do the Area 51 storm because everyone
No,
knows it's just not a good idea. You know, America don't mess
you'd be
around.
shot. You'd be shot on sight, you
I swear
know.
they have private security at Area 51. I'm not entirely sure. Like, it's not actually like US military. It's like
That I'm
privatized.
not sure about.
I remember
With the
hearing something like that.
pictures, I like if you see the photos of like going like there's this guy who got in his plane. Well, I think he got in a plane and he like took photos of his base of like it's meant to be Area 51. You see like the hangars and
It looks
you
like
see
just
like
an
the
airport.
jets.
It's pretty clear
Yeah.
that it's a bunk. It's a bunk. There's a bunker underneath, like massive
When
bunker.
was it? I can't remember who the president was at the time, but they did. I'm pretty sure they did say, yeah, Area 51's a thing. Like despite it being like said, oh yeah, it don't exist. It don't exist. You know?
Well, it clearly
And
exists. There's
yeah,
no
it's not
denial of that.
you won't be you can't hide the photo, like hide the fact that there's photos being leaked of this guy and his plane like just flying over some like airbase
The things are like
because
seriously dangerous though.
yeah. And what one thing I've never understood about America, like I said, why is it always like whenever something really announced to the news, like some aliens existed, it's always in America,
Hmm.
you know?
I
Like
think it's like different for like. I'm not sure. I don't see many things like that though. It's mostly like
all
conspiracy
the alien,
theories.
yeah, all the alien like sightings I've mainly heard of, the majority of them in America, you know? And you think like, what is going on with this world? Like, is it real? It's like the Truman Show, you know?
Oh yeah,
Like, you could, like, how do we know that is not a real thing? Like,
yeah,
how
that's
do I
true.
know you're not like some actor or like I could be some actor to you?
Because I'm not paid enough. No, uh,
Oh, I'm not paid enough at my job. Fuck that.
nah. It's like I get what you mean. Like imagine if like like webcams and that. There was
Yeah.
this thing. I think I saw it on Inside Edition. And basically this webcam. You know what they use for like keeping an eye on your baby.
Yeah. Baby monitor.
Yeah, this guy had hacked onto it, and then he started like speaking to one of the kids through the
Oh,
baby
that
cam,
is
being like,
creepy.
"Hi, I'm your best friend," and this guy was honestly like petrified.
Oh my God. But I swear, like on baby monitors, you can hear, like on both of them, you can hear what's going on.
Yeah, yeah, like you can communicate through it,
Yeah.
but
Get down off that, Junior.
because it's like signals, you could probably like hack
Yeah.
into it.
You
But
think
imagine,
look the tech. Sorry, go on.
but yeah, like just imagine like being spied on. I don't actually trust webcams. That's the thing. Like, I always close my computer every single time
Yeah.
because
What
I
people
do
do
not
is
trust
like
it.
nowadays they get like a bit of blue tack and like if they're like thinking, oh God, my computer's been hacked, they just like stick like a bit of blue tack
Yeah, I
on the
sometimes do
camera.
that.
Yeah, it's when you're on a Zoom call or something, like you never know who's watching.
Oh, I'm always scared for like when I'm in a Zoom call because sometimes I'll be like doing other stuff. I'm always scared for like the teacher can hear me and be like, "Hayden, shut up," like.
No, I had so my mate at work. She told me because she's a year younger than me,
Yeah.
and what's going on with COVID. We got put onto Zoom calls. She said to me when she started on the Zoom calls, she she got a message on her phone, like she had a virus on her phone,
Oh
and she was
yeah.
always using her phone. And when you see like, oh God, I've got a virus on my phone, like what have you been downloading or like that? And then
What have you
you
been watching?
like, naughty, naughty. But she says, "Oh yeah, I always stick blue tack on my phone when I'm on a call, even on FaceTime, so people don't see me. Or you put your phone into the ground, and then I just you just think with the technology we have, anything can
Yeah.
happen.
Like, what's scarier,
It
hackers or ghosts?
mm, see it makes you question, doesn't it? Like it makes you question your humanity in a way, doesn't it?
Yeah, like, is your life as private as you think it is?
It's like
Like, that is one of like my fears.
yeah, it's like when you're like out in the woods and like you're camping with your mates and like you get the flashlight and then like you're telling like spooky stories and like your flashlight's like glowing up over
Oh,
you.
and it's always like, and you're always like blinded by the flashlight. So if you look back, you see nothing.
Yeah. Oh my God, who's that? It's Bigfoot.
The thing is,
No.
oh no, you want to hear an interesting fact about Bigfoot? So,
Yeah, go on.
in the making of Star Wars, when they were filming in the Redwood in California, You know Chewbacca, the character.
Yeah.
Well, he basically almost looks like Bigfoot. So when they were filming, the actor had to constantly be around like his security with high vis,
Oh
because they were
God.
scared that he was going to be like shot by some like guy
Hunter.
thinking Bigfoot is around and shoot him.
Could you have you ever seen oh what's it called? Something Hendersons. Oh, Henry and the Hendersons, I think it's called.
No, I haven't seen that. What's that?
So it's so Bigfoot basically called Henry,
Yeah.
and it's a nice family film, and you see you see. So like one of the main characters, like the dad, he's an artist, right? And he paints like his the dad's dad like owns a gun store, works in there, and when they find like Henry, like Bigfoot, basically, he's being spotted. There's a lot of people buying guns, and like the dad's dad goes up to him, "I want you to draw Bigfoot," and what he draws like a picture of Bigfoot, and it will be super friendly. And when you think of Bigfoot, don't you? You think this thing's gonna eat you, don't you?
Yeah.
And
Oh, I think I've got
it
people
it,
in.
it
Yeah.
and it shows you what like how what we don't know about this world and what the supernatural things are about it. Like you never know if there is a Bigfoot out there. He could be like the most friendliest person in the world, or she like he might have a family, might have a wife, might have a few kids, you know.
You're saying there's more Bigfoots out there.
You never know.
I get your point.
Might
To be
be,
fair.
might be, might even though it might be a small foot.
Bigfoot and Smallfoot.
Oh, what's that film? There's like a little cartoon about that, isn't there? Smallfoot or something like that.
I remember there's a CBBS thing, Big and Small, if that's what you're thinking.
No, 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 no. It was a recent film. It's got Dan and Tate. Is it Dan? I can't say his name. It's got Zendaya in it. It's got. Who's the guy from 21 Jump Street?
Jonah Hill?
No.
Oh, the Magic Mike guy. The one who started
Uh,
Magic Mike. I don't know
Talent.
who he's who is he?
I
Who he
can't
is.
say his name. Dan and Tate. Oh, I can't say it. But you know who I mean.
Yeah, the big
But
one.
he's. There's that film. Like, I think it's called Smallfoot. And it's like a community of Bigfoot. Like it's got Zendaya in it. She's in it. It's like a
Yeah, you said.
cartoon, and it's like a community of Bigfoot, like Bigfoot people, and like you think that might actually be true. You never know. Like even in the Antarctic, a lot of that's not. You don't know what's going on there, do you? Like there's barely any inhabitants out in the North and South Pole with like the weather, but
Have
we
you
never
heard of
know
that
what.
snake actually? I think it's called like the Tagaboa. It's like a
No,
massive snake, like huge. They used to live like millions of years ago. And all I can say is I'm grateful it doesn't exist now, because it would literally
there's
swallow you whole.
there's so many things like dinosaurs. You think, and like you'd go to the like natural history museum and you see the remains of like the saber-toothed tiger or something like that, and you think, Jesus Christ, how did people put up with that?
I have so
Like
many
imagine that in
memories
nowadays. Imagine that
of that
nowadays, like
museum.
a saber-toothed tiger like just pops out of nowhere and it could just like destroy a whole city, couldn't
Do you
it?
think like Jurassic Park could actually exist? I think it actually
In a,
could, because like
in a,
technology is
yeah,
being made to like recreate like actual like animals. It's being made. It's actually been made now. You know, like through stem
yeah,
cells,
yeah.
and
It's
it could literally solve like people who don't like eating meat.
yeah,
It could literally solve that, because people could, if they have like the technology to like mass produce meat with stem cells,
we could
it could actually
see.
like solve
It's the
that
way the
problem.
world evolves, isn't it? So we've evolved. Like if you believe like evolution, we've evolved from primates, you know.
Yeah.
And you like I'll say it again, like this world is full of stuff which you can't describe. We don't really know about.
Like, how do you know we're not living in a simulation as well?
Exactly like what I said about like the Truman Show. If you've ever seen the Truman Show,
You know, like
he's
the thing is, technology is actually improving to the point where we could actually be living in a simulation. Elon Musk himself even says the chances of us living in reality is actually very slim.
it's like as you see on TikTok and like you see like people saying, who's it? Stephen Hawking said the world will end in 2012.
Yeah, the
In
Higgs
2012.
boson. Yeah,
Yeah,
he said
like
when we find the Higgs boson, the world will end. And
yeah.
we actually did find the Higgs boson in 2012 through what was it? What was the place in Switzerland? What was it called?
Uh oh God.
The
Oh
Large
God.
Hadron Collider. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. It's in Big
Hadron
Bang.
Collider. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Um, Large
Bit-
Hadron Collider. Is that it?
Hadron Collider. It's in the
Hadron.
Big Bang. Just yeah, that's it. It's like,
The
but you think
Hadron Collider.
if
Yeah.
that's really, if you think it's,
Yeah,
if you think
because
about people and like the way we live and how we've, like, you think about the past, how we've gone from cavemen or something like that to people just being on their phones every day, some like little
well, no, just
device.
like
Like,
look at the technology from like the 1980s to 2020. That's 40 years ago. In 1980
yeah,
was 40 years ago, give or
like,
take well, take a year. No, give or take.
and the first, you think about the first phone that was in the 20th century, weren't it? The first ever telephone or the light bulb.
Oh no, the telephone
That
was
was
like
only
bit before, wasn't it? Like that was like
19,
when was it?
19 it was in the. Do you know what? I'm having a look. All right, should we ask Siri? Hey Siri. Oh, Siri don't want to work. But I'm pretty
Siri
sure it
don't.
was in the early 20th century, the first phone call. Um, but and like you think about how the light bulb, like how long we've had light. A lot of people. It was only in the 19th century we've had the light bulb. Well, that's in the 1800s.
Yeah,
You know, like
like
you
40
think
years
about.
from now, when we will be around, we'll be 58. No,
Yeah.
is it for? Oh, you know, I need to go back to maths.
Yeah. Well, we
My
struggled at
mental
maths, didn't we?
maths. Yeah, we definitely.
All right. So I've got this up. First light bulb.
Yeah.
Long before Thomas Edison presented the first in 1879, and the year later in 1880 began began the light
58.
bulbs. British inventors demolishing electric light was possible with an arc lamp. Don't get me wrong, I'm shit with science. Uh, but yeah, see, that's when you think about it, it's not that long ago, is it?
It honestly
1800s.
isn't. Like,
Like that's only like 20 years before the 1900s.
well, when was the first moon landing? Because now we're planning on going to Mars.
If you believe, like we landed on the moon. What was it? 1960s?
1969.
Is it? Is it
Yeah.
69?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apollo 11.
yeah. You got Neil Armstrong, first steps of man, like that massive speech he gave.
Who was the other person who
There
accompanied
was
him?
three of them.
Do you think they all
Uh,
played like rock paper scissors before they landed on the moon to say which one will be the first one to land?
all right,
'Cause
guys.
people only
All right,
remember
guys.
Neil Armstrong.
All right, guys. Before we go on this moon, I'm just gonna say this: shotgun going on the moon first. You know, you just shotgun it. No, that's not fair. Let's play rock paper scissors. All right, fine. Rock paper scissors shoot. Ah, I'm on there. I've got a nice little speech for you. One full step for man, one giant leap for mankind. You know. Like you just see Neil Armstrong just like, like when siblings play fight.
Yeah.
I reckon that's what they did. That's what they did in the rocket ship. Still doing like they just get kicked in the face.
I
And,
mean,
like,
I want to be
gravity.
the one who was like remembered. So like, who remembers the other two? Because I don't know their names.
I think Neil Armstrong is only known because of the speech. Really,
Well,
um,
one small step for man,
one full
one
step. Yeah,
large step for mankind.
yeah. Let's be real. So, first people on the moon. I'll put Neil Armstrong, Edwin, Buzz, Aldrin, Michael Collins were the astronauts on Apollo 11. 4 days later, Armstrong and uh, is it Aldrin? I think that's how you say his name. Landed on the moon. They landed on the moon in the lunar module. So that's on the NASA website, nasa.gov.
Oh my god, my dog keeps on barking. I have to keep on like set myself on mute and unmute.
Ah, 12 for professionalism.
Yeah, like, we're
But
proper professional in our bedrooms. You know, the only thing is, once I get the summer house built, like I want this to be like a proper podcast. You know, I'm gonna get the mics, I'm gonna get people in. But
I
like,
tell you what,
I'm
guys,
still waiting.
we'll start a GoFundMe page for Limitless. You know, we'll start a GoFundMe page. You lot can pay for our equipment, and when we'll give you some brilliant content, make you laugh, and you know,
Yeah, keep you
enjoy.
entertained. I promise we'll do it. Our promise is we'll like make sure we upload like every week, if not twice a week. Hope.
Oh, this is gonna be fun,
Well,
isn't it?
the good thing is doing it through Zoom. We're actually able to upload a bit more easier than like you having to
Yeah.
come to me.
See, this guy's too lazy. He won't even come to me.
That's because I don't like trains.
This guy loves The Big Bang Theory. He loves Sheldon Cooper, but he don't like trains.
Sheldon
What
Cooper
are
will,
you?
Sheldon Cooper will be upset with me. Now, I
Sheldon
don't like
Cooper's
trains
gonna-
because they're confusing, okay?
How are they
Buses I'm
confusing?
okay with. Trains are
This
difficult.
this guy is addicted to double deckers.
Oh, I love double deckers.
You
Being
might
at
as
the
well buy him
front
one.
of the double decker bus, you feel like the king.
Oh my god, this guy.
Nah.
This guy make like there's many things in this world that make you question life. This guy's one of them.
Well, no, come on. Double deckers are like the sickest thing. Like you can see through all the cars. You can see like how far until like the next traffic light. What's keeping you still? It's the best thing ever. Like whoever invented
If
double
I
deckers is a genius.
Do you know what? If I'm in the bus, I'd rather sit in the middle because if there's ever an accident, people like in the back, you're more likely to get hurt. If you go through someone in the front, you're more likely to get hurt. If you're in the middle, you're more likely safe, aren't you?
Yeah, but like if you're in the front, you'll see what's coming.
Oh my god. I've got a question for you guys. In the comment section, what would you rather be on? A train or a bus? Let us know. We'll have this
A
conversation.
bus. But anyway, I've got another thing as well. Like, have you got any other scary, creepy experiences?
Oh. Once in the cadets, I was in the army cadets. It was my first time. It's like right at the beginning. On my second camp, we're down south, like right on the south coast of Britain. And we go on an expedition with this. Like, so me and other group of people, all the same training stars, we go on this expedition and we get lost in the woods. And
Oh god.
we find ourselves at this mansion,
Yeah.
and you just like we're going through it. There's like horses, and it just looks abandoned. And because we're all in camouflage, like if you don't know, if horses like most animals they're colorblind, and because we're wearing camouflage, we to them we look like moving bushes, and we go up to this mansion and like we're waving at them like proper giving us signals we're in distress help, but we don't realize it's fucking abandoned. And we go in, we're going through this like abandoned mansion. Like there's horses like in fields everywhere, and then one of the people like decides to like bash in like this old like barn, and we just hear creepy noises like you hear like you know in like scary films like you hear like weird noises like stuff opening and you know
Yeah.
I kid you not it was like a murder film. Like you hear like creepy sounds like you're walking on like boards and stuff and like they creak and you open the door like and it was absolutely raining. It was peeing it down. And we're trying to get warm. Like we call up thingy. And when we're leaving, like 5 minutes before, we hear like a door like completely smash. Like there's no wind or anything. We just hear like a door just smash. We hear like people. It's like people like screaming and shouting, like they're screaming, and it just. I don't know about you, but it felt like I was going to get murdered. Like it was in like a murder film, you
That's
know?
pretty creepy. I remember getting lost in the woods. Actually, this was worse because like, so I was at a barbecue at my dad's friend's house, and my
Yeah,
dad's friend's house, he has like a massive forest behind his house, literally
just
just
owns a
behind
forest.
his fence. So we jumped the fence and we decided to go exploring the forest. And
Yeah,
we brought some like flashlights because it's getting a little bit dark, like not dark to the point where we couldn't see, but we knew it was going to get quite dark. So we brought some like flashlights. Luckily we did, and we were probably walking for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then we stopped
yeah.
and we're like, oh yeah, it's starting to get a little bit dark. Shall we go back? And we all agreed to, but then we forgot which direction we came from,
Oh no, that's the one
and
thing. If you have,
oh, it was so scary. Like we would walk and we'd be going the complete opposite direction,
oh,
and
that is,
we were lost in there for like 2 hours. No signal. It was, it was pitch black, and I was the oldest
wow.
of all of them, so I was in charge. It was
Oh,
me, my two younger sisters, and my younger cousin, and
oh,
we had to try and find a way out, but we had no signal. We had like no internet connection, and then I didn't want to like wait on the side of the road just because like in case if like some creep was like gonna try and harass us. So I wanted to stay pretty much inside the
yeah.
forest and just try and find like a neighborhood where I can find like some like
Signal.
signs where it would say like the name of like the road, so I could like phone up my parents to be like, hey, we're at this location. And it
Come
took
pick us
us,
up in the whip.
and because it was like pitch black, it took us like 2 hours to try and make our way out. And because there was like we knew we were like surrounded by neighborhoods because there were houses, and we were a bit cautious of that because we didn't want to like shine the torches at the houses as if in case if they thought, oh shit, we're gonna get robbed. So we kept them off, and we were basically just trying to like find paths, anything we could find to try and lead us out. And
Yeah.
when we did, it turned out we were like half an hour away from somehow we got like half an hour away from where like the barbecue was, and we had to
Well,
get
that's
get like our parents to pick us up in the car, and
yeah.
we were literally like in at like like probably around, yeah, like 10
Was
p.m.
it during like the summer when like the days
Yeah,
when it gets darker? It's like later at like probably
yeah.
about 9 o'clock
It was
at
like
night. Yeah.
it was late, and we're just like sitting on the corner of the curb, waiting for our parents to come. Honestly, I do
You
not trust
melon.
that place. Like,
If
forests
I
scare
go
me.
to
They're dangerous.
if I go to a place where I don't really know well, I will really be really hesitant. I don't know about anyone else, but you go to a place like you don't know, like you're really hesitant, like you're always looking around, like you know your surroundings, like trying to get to know them. Like when I
Yeah.
moved, like I was at a party once. I got home off the train, and I got into my hometown, like where I just moved to,
Yeah.
and there's like a car park, and it was no cars in there apart from there might have been actually one or two, but don't really matter. And I feel like I saw some person just standing there, and it's really weird. And like, I'm kind of drunk at this point, like just come from a party, just got off the train, just walking in town, trying to go home, like, minding my own business. And and like I say, I'm hesitant. I haven't really got to know the town well. And like, I'm looking around, and like, I just see some person, and I don't know if they're like, I don't know. It's like I turn around, they were walking behind me, but like towards me, and like all of a sudden I turn around and they're right on top of me, and I just leg it. You know,
Did you
I don't
escape?
know. Well, I'm here now, aren't I?
I don't know. Maybe you dropped something.
Yeah, but um, like if you ever go, I do want, like I've told people, like if you ever feel like nervous about a new place, just always keep around with your surroundings, don't you? You know,
Yeah, like, always look for like the best
or like
place
when
to
you
run.
when you go in abroad, like when you go abroad to like a place like you don't know. When I was in Italy, like when you cross roads, they like they no one stops for you. You have to like somehow get across, like on your own, don't you?
Yeah.
Like without being hit. And if like you're halfway over the road, they won't put their brakes on. They just keep going. Like, and I've experienced that. I've nearly been hit by a when I was in Italy. I was walking with my dad, and we crossed the road, like no cars, and then all of a sudden there's like this the moped just comes, and like he's not slowing down. He just like it more like he puts more bloody gas, like puts on the gas and like goes broom like past you, and he nearly hits us. You know?
Some people are like just nutters.
Oh yeah, let's be real. They're all there's people out there who you're gonna go, ooh, you're a crazy one.
And I think like their speed limits, I swear, aren't they different or I don't know.
Mm, I think I think it is, but they do it in kilometers, don't they? They don't do it miles per hour like us.
Yeah.
But it's it's just weird. Like you're used to one culture, like you're used to your own culture, aren't you? And then like you can like and you go to somewhere else where it has a different culture than you, like it's different, and like you feel a bit weird because you're used to your own culture than what the culture is at another place.
I mean, it is Europe, so it's not as bad. Like, it'd be
Yeah,
a bit more scary going to a bit more like third world countries where you have like the sections where you have to stay in, and there's like outside the touristy areas, it's just dangerous.
yeah. Like there's places in I think Mexico's like it. Like
Yeah,
there's
Mexico's
places.
one. Egypt.
Have you
Um,
Egypt? Yeah, definitely. Have you ever seen the episode of Family Guy? I
no,
think it
I haven't
is,
seen.
or is
Probably
it
not.
American Dad? Or it's like Family Guy or American Dad. They go to Mexico, and they like I think it is Family Guy. Peter takes like one step, like he just puts his foot outside the hotel resort
Yeah,
where they're not allowed to go, and it just cuts to a scene where he's got his head on a stake,
that's gruesome.
and he goes, I took one step outside the resort.
I mean, I don't think
And
it's that
like,
bad. It's not that bad.
yeah, but there are places that are, which can definitely affect you, can't it?
I think yeah, it's one of those things that if you ever go traveling, there was one guy who he did his thing like traveling the Americas, and he was like basically walking like all the way through. Like he's done quite a few. He was like walking across like South America, like Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, all that, and then he's done a few more like in Russia and also the one in the Nile. Like he walked like the whole of the Nile. I think it's like it's like kind of dangerous. There's this other thing. I think it's on Netflix, Dark Tourist, and
No, I haven't heard that.
He basically goes to like all these like dodgy places, and he went to Japan because there was this like nuclear power station that I think a tsunami hit it.
Yeah.
And it's now like the most radiated place in the world. Like a lot of people think Chernobyl is, but Chernobyl's nothing like.
There are.
And the thing is, he was.
Have you seen what they're doing? Have you seen what they're doing in Chernobyl? I don't know if they still are, but when Top Gear went there, they were building like a shield over the reactor, weren't they?
Yeah, I think they are planning to build another one.
I'm
not entirely sure.
I know.
There is one at the moment.
You can't go. Yeah, you can go to Chernobyl. There's people who still live there.
Yeah.
Like
the thing is, this place in Japan, this guy, he was with this tour guide, and this tour guide was literally a nutter. He was going to some of the most dangerous, like most radiated places, like where you shouldn't be at all. And to put it into perspective, where he was, like the tour guide was like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, it's fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry." And then they were looking at the radiation like calculator thing, and it was the same radiation levels in Chernobyl which are banned, where you just can't go.
Yeah. People are just nutcases, aren't they?
I think like
anything.
When you're exposed to it to the point where you're going there almost every day, you start to not care as much.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the YouTuber Exploring with Josh?
Oh yeah, I know him. He's good.
Have you ever seen? He goes to places, and
I would love to do that for like a YouTube channel, just like explore like the most abandoned.
He's one of these people
worst places.
He respects like he goes to abandoned places, but he respects it. He's not these people who like go there, take stuff. Like
that's
even
illegal
if it's like
as well.
Yeah, I know.
Because
and like you see like the stuff he goes to, and you just see what people have done to the place. Like they've just destroyed it, and like you think what it could have been like if they didn't destroy it.
I know that it would be like the best sort of like abandoned places are the ones where they haven't been touched at all.
Yeah,
and it's almost like people just got up and left.
Yeah, there's places in Japan, isn't there? Is it Japan where there's just cities, just abandoned, but like
Japan's one.
They've been like built for like if anyone wants to go inhabit them.
China does this thing where they build ghost cities, but the thing is, it's not designed for it to be abandoned. How it works is they build them, and no one lives there. But it's in the prospect that people will then move there when like the economy, like factories, start booming in that city.
Yeah,
and quite a few major cities in China have actually been ghost towns. It's kind of interesting, actually.
Yeah, there's places in this world where you just love to visit, but there's people in this world who just ruin it for others.
Yeah. Thailand's got like quite a few like abandoned skyscrapers.
Yeah.
Have you seen Jack Whitehall Exploring with My Father? It's Travels with My Father.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them, but
he met up with Team Farang, which is a parkour group, and they climbed this abandoned skyscraper, like tower, and it was amazing. I would love to do that, but like so dangerous at the same time. They're literally nutters.
But going back to Exploring with Josh, some of his stuff you watch and then you just think, wow. Like he's gone to insane asylums, hasn't he?
Oh, he's done a lot. He did he went to the Real House of the Conjuring. I think.
Exactly.
Would you ever do that? Would you ever go to like abandoned place, like the house where the Conjuring like actually took place and like go there
No,
for overnight?
no, I don't think I could.
What about if you were with a group of people?
No,
I think I could do it with a group of people, maybe.
one place I would like to go where he did go was Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
Like,
I like to go there.
yeah,
I'll be
he,
scared for him. I don't want to go anywhere like too radiated.
yeah. So you only like you have to like. There's like in his videos, he did like a part 3 video, I think it was,
Oh yeah.
and he goes with a tour guide, and like he's filming and all that, and it's got like this little radiation thing, so you know what the radiation's like, and like there's like these little things you go in, and like it sees how much radiation you've been exposed to, and you know, like it's really cool. Like his video is, I do recommend people go and watch it. He's he's just it's just amazing. Like people just up and left this place, and you think some of the stuff. There's people who's probably 40 odd now who were like little kids during that time. They've just like up, left their toys there, never to be seen
Yeah,
again.
well, the thing is, they had like literally abandoned the place straight away. There was this
Yeah,
TV show about it. The weird thing is like, um, there was three guys who had to actually. They were effectively like meant to be sacrificed. Like, they were told, okay, we have to shut off, and I
you talk
forgot what
about
it
when they
was.
go.
They
You
had to
talking about
go.
when they go underwater?
They they had to go into the actual like reactor core and like try and turn on the water or something.
Yeah,
And
so there was these like divers, weren't there?
yeah,
I've seen like
and
clips of them, and
they were told
they were known.
basically at once they finished, they've only got 3 days left to live.
Yeah, then they're known as the proper Suicide Squad.
You know, they actually
I've seen.
there's I don't know if they're still alive but when they were filming the series, two of them were still alive at the time.
Yeah,
But the
it's
thing
it's
is,
kind of sad,
this is
isn't it?
the thing. So they survived, but the people who were on the bridge at night who had like the clear view of Chernobyl, it's reported no one there is alive today.
Yeah, I remember in geography, our teacher, Mr. Stark. I don't know if you had him during
Yeah, I
our
remember him.
our high school experiences. Yeah, funniest guy. But we started talking about he did like Chernobyl, and I don't know why. It was in a geography session about Chernobyl, and he's and he took it really serious. He took it to heart, you know.
Well, he was
And
one
you
of
can
those people.
see
He experienced quite a bit because he would always explain geography
he,
as if he's like traveling
he's there.
because
He's
he
yeah,
did
and
travel and
it's
experience a lot.
like, and when we were going through it, he was like, it felt like he's experienced it, you know.
Yeah,
But I
I
think
remember him saying something
there's
like
a
he was. I think he was in like a country in Africa, and he wanted to get like some food, and he didn't know like where to go, but he found a KFC, and because
yeah,
like KFC standards are like the same around the world, it's actually like known as quite a posh, nice restaurant almost. So people would
yeah,
actually like spend effort. It's not like when you go there, you're dressed awful and you just want to get some food. People,
chavvy, you know,
you just
sweat
dress.
out.
No, you just dressed in like work clothes. You just want to
Yeah,
get food.
or
People,
if you're at home, like just stick on
I
a
love getting
tracksuit, you know.
KFC. I
Yeah,
always,
you're addicted to it.
I remember in college, I would always have like KFC every Monday.
Oh God,
KFC
don't remind
Monday.
me. All right, so we go to college together, and on our first year at college, we had a 4 hour break. So we had
No,
our
it's
first
3 hours.
lesson. Oh, sorry, 3 hours. My bad. So we had a 3 hour break after our first lesson. We used to go into town of where our college was, and when when McDonald's was busy, some of us just went to KFC, you know, One day, this guy decides to come with us and get. Oh, I've never had KFC before. I'll have it.
And then that's
A
when I
year
just
later,
loved
this guy is
KFC.
having a KFC nearly every Monday.
Well, no, everyone had a choice. Everyone went and either got McDonald's or KFC
I don't know which
every
one I went
Monday,
Mackey's.
and I always went to KFC. I just think
Loner.
KFC is just better. I actually did go on my own once because
Yeah,
you
I
abandoned
know.
me.
Yeah, I know I did.
That
Oh,
was sad times.
but see, I do think it's overrated, but you know,
So
it
many
is what
people
it
say
is.
that, but I like KFC. It's nice.
Nah, I don't.
Anyway,
When yeah,
I wait. Continue. What were you gonna say?
I was like, you go abroad and like, you see like all the different cuisine, and like when you were a kid, you see like a McDonald's, you go, I want McDonald's. Like once I was in Italy, like when the first time I went to Italy, right?
Yeah.
You think, oh, pizza. You see all the different restaurants, and like I'm walking down the street, and me and my mum were like, oh yeah, let's go get something to eat. We'll go to like a nice little restaurant. What do you want? Oh, there's a Mackey's there. Let's go Mackey's.
To be fair, when I went Italy, I only ever got chocolate ice cream. I could never bother to get anything else.
There's this place in Italy
Italy
where you
famous
go
for
to
ice
this
cream, and I only got chocolate.
salted caramel ice cream. Oh my god, that is delish.
I seriously want to go to Italy again. It's actually such a nice place.
Yeah, I would. It is. It's a beautiful place.
Anyway, that's the end of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be streaming every week, and we'll be uploading on SoundCloud and YouTube. We'll also be having an Instagram account. So thank you for listening to Limitless, and I'll see you next time.
Take